Oh, the next thing that we're going to do after we got our AI service created is to import the data. What is to import the data? If I go to the cookbook, we can see that we are on lesson number 13. And here it says importing data with the wizard. So this is very important. You need to pay attention here. So it says it connects the search service, which is your librarian, to your storage container, which is your filing cabinet. So remember, we deploy the storage account that contains the data, and we deploy the search service engine that's going to do the searching. But now we want to connect the two. We want to now let the AI search service to know where the storage account is. This is exactly what important data means. So we're going to use a wizard for us to do this. And again, it's not complex. And we're going to follow the steps as they are in the cookbook. I'm going to move it here. So when you go back to your Azure portal, you're going to do AI search. I'm just doing it again so you get to see it again. AI search, and then you can see your search service. You double click on it to open it, right? And the next thing on the overview button, it says import data. So we're going to click on the import data, and it says existing data source. So you click on existing data source, and then you find the Blob Storage, because we created a Blob Storage account. So you find the Blob Storage. Once you select it, you can see that a couple of options here comes out that you need to fill up. So the first thing is the name of your data source. So we know that this is a storage account and it's our document source. So I'm going to call this, it really helps if you can spell things correctly, but docs source is the name I'm giving it. Now the data to extract is going to be content and metadata. What does it mean? It means that I am going to search for the names of the PDFs as well as the content of those PDFs. All right, so I'm selecting both. But if you want to just do name, you can do all metadata. And if you want to, you get it. So passing mode is default. We're going to leave that as default. Subscription is default, which is your subscription. If you had multiple, you'd select the correct one. But in our case, we only have one. And then it says connection string. Now, what does this mean? The storage account that we uses something called a connection string to be connected. So we connect to it using a connection string. Now, Azure has done a brilliant job and put us this link over here so that we don't have to go through the process of getting these details manually. So what you're going to do is you click on choose an existing connection. What? Choose an existing connection. So once you click on there, you're going to see the name of your storage account that you just deployed, and you select the storage account. Once you select the storage account, you're going to see containers. You're going to see what? You're going to see containers. And then you select the container that you created, which is basically that in my case, and click on select. Okay, so I'm going to move forward. I'm going to move in quick here so that we cover everything quickly, right? Then I have the blob folder and the description. These are optional. If you had folders inside the container, which we did not do, you'd be able to use those. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add cognitive skills, but this is optional. So you click on add cognitive skills. We're not doing much in here, right? It's easy peasy. So you're gonna skip this. You're gonna click on skip to customize the target index. The what? The target index, right? So the index is what we're gonna do next. Cool. Now the index name is auto-populated for you, so you don't need to do anything here. Then you have the key, and in our case, we're gonna use the metadata storage path. The what? You leave the default as it is, right? You leave the default as it is, and that's all. Now this part here is important. This is the key field. It defines what you need to happen when you are searching through data. So if you want to search through data and you want to use the date of the PDF was modified, or the date the PDF was uploaded, or if you want to use the name of the PDF, or if you want to use the extension, is it an Excel file, to sort things out. So this is the key field that allows us to do that. Now, the content is one of the first things and one of the most important things. What do you want it to happen? The content just means everything that we uploaded in that storage account. So content is going to be retrievable and searchable. So we want everything to be retrieved, everything to be searchable. Now, the next thing that's going to come out in our case is the name, it's the storage account name, right? The storage name. So we want the storage name to be retrievable and filterable. So we want to, if I search for a PDF and using the name, I don't want all of the PDF to come up. I want it to be filterable, okay? Now, the next thing that's going to come up is the metadata storage path. The what? The metadata storage path is going to be retrievable. So it's already ticked, so leave that as default. The next thing is going to be the extension. So if I want to do Excel, the extension, you get what I'm saying? This is going to be retrievable, right? So if I do a PDF, I want to see PDFs. If I do Excel, I want to see Excel. Okay. If I do JSON files, but in our case, just PDF, easy peasy. Now, the next thing that we're gonna do here is the date. The date, the creation date, is going to be what? It's going to be filterable and sortable. So if you scroll a little bit down, up, we can see the column for filterable. You select that, and then you go to sortable. What? Sortable, which is the next thing. Okay, cool. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go and create an indexer, right? And an indexer is basically the thing that regularly checks for new files and then updates our search service that, okay, there's a new file that's been uploaded. It's right here. So that the next time when you try to search for it, it won't need to do the indexing, right? Again, it just automatically knows where the thing is. Cool. So once you do that, you're going to click on advanced options. What? Advanced options. Now here, we want to do a few things. So the first thing says maximum failed items. So if you search for something, if you search for something, it doesn't find it, you don't want it to stop on the first file. You want it to continue going. So -1 will ignore errors. If there's an error that occurs, it will ignore and continue searching. All right. Now the next thing it's going to ask is maximum failed items per batch. The same thing, we're going to do -1 because we want to skip through errors and just make sure that it continues searching until it doesn't find anything if that thing is not there. Batch size, we're going to leave that as default. Excluded extension, we're going to leave that as default. Included index extension, we're going to leave that as default. The data to extract, we're going to leave that as default, which is the content and the metadata. And the parsing mode, we're going to leave that as default. And then we click on submit. So it's going to validate what we have changed. And then it's going to create our indexer, index, and boom, we do have our Azure Search Service connected to the storage account. How do we see that? Now we see that if we go to indexes, we can see that we have the Azure Blob index over here, the document count, it hasn't seen anything yet because we haven't run anything yet. And then we have the indexers, right? We can see that we have something also here. It tells us that yes, it has identified security documents. So that's what it is there, my peeps. Easy peasy. Import data, and I guess Azure has also improved this process, and now there's a new wizard that I see, but this one allows you to see the manual setup. Okay, cool. Thanks. We'll see you in the next video.